How's it going, everybody? It's been a minute. Sorry for the echo in the background. Sorry for the shoddily shot video here. Just a couple things. Thanks for sticking around. It means a whole lot. I've been sitting on an idea for an Anexperian video. I got a lot to say about that. And also, I believe the Republican debate, the first Republican primary debates are coming up. I believe it's on the 23rd. I plan on going live for that, so make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be quite a blast. This video is just something I wanted to get off my chest. It's just a little bit of a rant because it's really bothering me, and it all ties back to this behavior that I see exerted by far too many people. And unfortunately, this behavior is exerted by people who I think should know better. I mean, I understand it on one hand, but on the other hand, you're not doing the leftist or progressive movement really like any favors by doing so. And it has to do with misogyny versus misandry. Misandry. I'm going to use it interchangeably. So, is misandry as bad as misogyny? Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. Just like how reverse racism is literally just racism. There's no such thing as reverse racism. You can be racist against white people, 100%. But does that make it as bad as being racist against other people? Obviously not, because who cares? White people have had all the power for ever. And that's the same thing with misogyny. Men have had all the power forever. I watched Barbie, and so did hundreds of millions of other people, I think, around the world. So, what is my issue? My issue is when people don't think that misandry or being racist against white people is a real thing. It is 100% a real thing. And I think sending the message out that hating men for being men is acceptable is just going to turn off potential allies. We have a very big crisis right now of young, dumb, impressionable men turning to people like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson and name your conservative pundit. Now, I'm not blaming leftists or progressives for this happening. Like, obviously, I don't think the left is responsible for the rise of people like Andrew Tate. But with that rhetoric of saying, oh, misandry is completely okay, but misogyny is not, a young, dumb person who doesn't know any better is going to take a look at that and think, oh, yeah, so this is why nobody likes the left. This is why liberals are crazy, et cetera, et cetera. And that behavior that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is demonstrated by conservatives all the time. Well, if they get to do it, so can I. If they've done it all this time, why can't I? You know? That's all it comes down to. Conservatives do this all the time. Well, if they can be a dumb, bigoted, evil, hateful piece of crap, so can I. I'm not saying that they're the same thing. Don't misconstrue my words, because misogyny and misandry are clearly not the same thing. However, exerting that behavior that it's okay to do it because it's been done to me, all my life or throughout history, I don't think that's a winning strategy. I don't think that's a convincing argument. because that's a mindset, that's an attitude that you're supposed to grow out of by the time you're 6. And way too many conservatives do it today to justify their bullshit, to justify the hateful things that they believe, you know? Because, like, in the end, it kind of is hypocrisy. Even if these aren't really comparable things, it's just something that I think we should keep in mind. We should, like, be more wary of, I believe. So, yeah, that's about it. I just saw a post on Facebook that, like, started this whole thread of arguments and people trying to justify misandry being okay and permittable. And sure, misandry is funny, but if you're trying to create more leftist allies and like actually try to be like a good progressive, this is kind of a toxic mindset to have, because in the end, you should be trying to be more welcoming. Like sure, your disdain for men is justified. You know, anyone who looks at history can tell you that. But like still, optics are kind of important. I mean, if you disagree, I'd like to know why in the comments. Don't just refuse to engage me like these insufferable leftists did in the thread I'm speaking of. But yeah, thanks for listening to my rant. I will see you guys very soon. Thank you.